Hello, hello, and welcome to Arkadium's Daily Crossword Live. I hope you are all having a lovely Tuesday and are ready to solve a crossword puzzle. We got Dee saying good morning, and Felix and Tess and Lucky and Amy and Jen all on TikTok, and AJ warming up YouTube chat. I'm sure you will have some company soon enough, AJ, but glad to see you there as well. I see Rand just joined, so the whole gang is here ready to solve a crossword. Ethan Ray is here saying good morning. And what are we doing today? Today's puzzle is from the Stan Newman's Daily line of crosswords. It's from a couple days ago, and it is called Direct Hit. It's by Guilherme Giglioli. We've definitely solved some of his puzzles on the channel before, and they've always been a delight. We got Scav back, Rand saying hey. Okay, so why don't we dive right into the puzzle. One across, we have document decisions. I actually don't know how to parse this one, I'm realizing. There's document decisions or there's document decisions. I don't even know if you can hear the difference there, but I would, document is a noun and document is a verb. I see Tessa saying edits, which I think is a very clever idea. Talking like, what kinds of decisions would you have to make when you're working over a document? You might have to decide on edits. Cliff is thinking, suspecting that it's document the verb, which is not what the angle of edits. Rionan Mayer, I'm sure I mispronounced your name, I'm sorry, saying fonts. Amy and Scav also saying fonts. Wow, that's true. I mean, fonts are also document decisions. So maybe, yeah, AJ likes edits though. Maybe I don't know, maybe we try something else, one down. Because we have two good. Lucky likes fonts, not sure. Eschews foods. Not choose foods, eschews foods. Huh. Eschews foods. Okay, I think I have oh, wow. I had an idea on this, but I actually think chat's idea is better. I was thinking diets, or maybe you like walk away from food, but fasts is a much better guess. That's what Scav and Felix and Amy and Dee and Lucky and Jen are all saying. Yeah, fasts is when you eschew foods. Oh, and the F works with fonts, which was not our first guess for one across, but it is a fine guess. Document decisions. Let's put fonts in. TJ saying cashews. Eschews cashews. Okay, let's check the O. How lore is preserved. Interesting. So there's Mazah was also voting for diets. But so far, I like that the F is agreeing with fonts at one across, so let's keep it for now. Two down, how lore is preserved. AJ, what do you think? Yeah, there you go. TikTok people are having some trouble with this one, but yeah, like oral history, you pass it down by telling stories. That's how lore is preserved. I think that makes a lot of sense. All right, 14 across. I've already forgotten the title of the puzzle. Direct hit. Okay, so we'll keep that in mind when we get to 17 across. Unseen enticement. Unseen enticement. Aaron is here saying aroma. Felix says, I think I should start watching on the YouTubes. How come, Felix? You're welcome there. You're welcome anywhere. Felix and D and Liv is saying arouse, which doesn't quite fit. But I like what Ethan and others are saying, aroma. Scav says, nah, TikTok gang elite. Okay. Where are we? Pam, what are you apologizing for? We got Paco in chat as well saying aroma. All right, maybe we check this TM because it's a little strange. Enough in brief. Okay, I can actually think of a good answer for this. Yeah, Jessica was flagging this as well. It's good to have these instincts up. When you see an unusual letter combination like this, you should feel suspicious, but it does actually work. Hey, Batara is back on YouTube. How you doing? And EBS is saying, yo, what's up, guys? Hope you like crosswords. Okay, Amy and Jen and Mo and AJ and Rand are all saying TMI. That was my thought as well. Too much information, enough. And you say it in brief, like, stop telling me this gross story. We also have TL, which is unusual. I think Scav already suggested something for this. Special handling does look like TLC, which is what Scav suggested a while ago. Yeah, Amy Gal was saying I'm wondering on the TL as well. Lunar Veil, how you doing? Welcome. Okay, Albert Studio agrees on the TLC. So far, so good. Let's try 3 down, and then we'll check out 17 across. Rather wrong. Rather wrong. Oh, Barbara McDowell's back on Facebook, also voting for TMI. Rather wrong. I think I can see. Yeah, Amy, I was just getting to the same place. I think I agree with what Amy's saying. Yeah, and D and Jessica. Simon says no clue, which almost fits, but we need an extra letter, Simon. AJ saying no score. Yeah, but I like what Warthog and Pam are saying. Not cool. Not cool, guys. That's rather wrong. It's not cool. I can hear that. All right, let's do 17 across. I'm assuming this is a theme answer because the first themer tends to live in this first long across slot. Actually, it's almost always 17 across specifically. Biting. Oh, and we have a star, which always indicates a themer. So there's an asterisk here, which is trying to draw our attention that there's something special about this entry. Biting. A short clue for a long entry, but I think I like what I'm seeing in chat. AJ, other AJ, is saying satirical. Jessica and Pam agree. And Rand agrees. Yeah, biting, satirical, biting writing. Okay. I don't see anything special about this. Like, it has a star, so we're going to have to attend to it at some point, but I was just taking a moment to mull it over to see if anything's jumping out at me, but no. I think we carry on. Novelist Gruen. My ignorance of novelists is going to rear its ugly head again. We already have 2 guesses in chat. Scav saying Sarah, and Simon saying Sari. Aaron wants Sarah. Rohan Gait, sorry if I'm mispronouncing your last name, says, love you, bro, from India. Love you too, Rohan. Glad to have you here. Felix says, what is the puzzle title again? Yes, Scav, it's Direct Hit. Direct Hit. So what are we like in... Does anyone know the novelist Gruen? Is there a Sarah Gruen who writes books, or is there a Sari Gruen who writes books, or do we move on? Like, is anyone sure? Can anyone tell me something that they wrote? She wrote, presumably. Amy says, I don't know, so I'm moving on. Yeah, 21 across we go. Nobody knows. Erelong. Erelong. I think this is like an old-timey way of saying before long, like soon. Sella says water for elephants, and AJ says, I love her, water for elephants. Okay, so it is Sarah. Alicia says, I know, it's Sarah. Good, great. Okay, and Warthog, yeah, Rob was saying a 4, which definitely, it does kind of mean Erelong, but it doesn't fit. I like Warthog's guess of anon. It's definitely almost like a Shakespearean or an Old English way of saying soon. Anon. Yeah, good. Water for elephants. Okay. Here we go. Ancient American Royal. Ancient American Royal. Okay, nice. Yeah, Rob and JP and Felix, Simon D, Amy, Tess, Ethan are all saying the same thing. I think it's a really good guess. Inca? FCat agrees, and Sue Kenny agrees. So I like, yeah. American, we're talking Peru now, where the Incas were. Why royal, I wonder? It's bothering me a little bit because, sure, some Incans were probably royals in their civilization, but, like, not all of them. I don't know. Am I the only one who's confused by that? I'll move on, but... Xerox rival. Yeah, I don't know if I can name any Xerox rivals. I mean, printer companies? Xerox makes copies. Big office machinery? I don't think I know this. Yeah. Felix said canon, which doesn't fit with satirical, if that's right. Sella's saying Rico, which sounds vaguely familiar, but I don't really know it. Jay Oakley saying Alcon, which I also don't know. Oh boy, I think I need to move on. Okay. G-Man is also voting Rico. So I guess Rohan's asking if I know some cricketers. Apologies that I don't. I barely know American sports, let alone sports popular in India. So I can't be your cricket bonding buddy, sadly. Let's see. Flyboy wants Rico as well. Inca has a double meaning. It also means royal. I had to Google it. It was bothering me. Okay, good. Alicia, thank you. Yeah, it was bothering me too. So Inca means royal, apparently. Nice. Apt add info. No, I misread this. There's a period. This period makes all the difference. It's not apt add info. It's short for something. So presumably apartment. Apartment add info. We got 3 letters. Felix saying RTO. What does that stand for? J. Oakley. Oh no. Yeah, I mean, Rob is saying RNT, which would be rent. It's kind of a hideous entry, honestly. Yeah, I don't know what RTO is. AJ says RMS, which I like. Yeah, rooms. Pam is agreeing. I've definitely seen this in like Craigslist ads. You know, how many rooms is the apartment? Okay. RTO is rent to own. Well, now either way, whether it's RTO or RMS, Rico works. Yeah, G-Man called that a while ago. Let's check the S. I think that'll be illuminating for us. Very long-running NBC show. Okay, we're in good shape. We're in good shape. I feel some relief. We started off strong in the first corner, and this section has been a little difficult, for me at least. We got a second Amy in chat. 2 Amy's, Amy and Amy Gal, both here, and Sella and Ethan and G-Man and Alicia, and Aries Flinton on YouTube are saying SNL. Yes, SNL is a very long-running NBC show. That confirms rooms for me, at least. We'll try 15 across as well. A cyclotron bit. Cyclotron bit. Hey, Amy. Clark is back. Also guessing SNL. And Pranav on YouTube. Ron is asking, are you from America? Yes, I live on the East Coast of the US in the New York City area. Aaron, Warthog, G-Man, Pam, and Pranav are all saying ion. So yes, a cyclotron is like a particle accelerator, and an ion is a charged particle. So this is making sense to me. Disney Polynesian Girl. FCat Winks was predicting this one. It could have been oh no, it couldn't have been Moans. It could have been Moans. That is how you spell it. But you predicted right, it sounds like. Aaron followed us. Thank you, Aaron. And another Aaron is here. Aaron McCoulis. Gary said, what a surprise. What's the surprise? Moana is definitely the Disney Polynesian Girl. So feeling good about that. 25 across. We got another star. Ruler in the news since 2022. Vivian is here with a rock star hand symbol in the username, also saying Moana, and Be is saying Moana. Gary says it's a surprise that I'm from the New York area. How come? Do I not sound it? Let's see. Rowan is asking if I've ever been to India. No, but one of my best friends is getting married there soon, and so I do plan to go to India, and I'm very much looking forward to it. Aries says, so East Coast, huh? You're definitely aware of SNL. Yes, in fact, I just walked past where they film SNL last weekend, was bringing a guest to the Times Square area. Okay, I should stay on track, though. People saying Charlotte? Charles something, yes. Yes, Charlotte doesn't work. Charles something. Charles something. Chris Everlasting is saying Charles III. Often with rulers, they do these Roman numeral suffixes. So it could be Charles III. So let's see. It's ruler in the news since 2022. So we're talking, I guess, when Queen Elizabeth passed and her eldest son took over. Charles, is it the third? Ethan Ray is voting that as well. So we'll put that in. It's looking pretty good. AJ is yelling at me saying it's definitely Charles. Is it the third though, AJ? I can yell back. We'll check 26 down. Why not? The real Jamie Lee is here also voting Charles III. So we're happy with that. Okay. Vidart says, I'm always welcome in India. Thank you for that. Yeah, and I now have a lot of friends to go visit there, all my Daily Crossword Live friends. Okay. What is happening? Where are we? I haven't even read this. Violinist's accessory. Violinist's accessory. Amy just followed us. Thank you, Amy. Pranav is begging me to do 23 across. Yes, that square does feel neglected. I kind of like a left to right solve though, and that just felt a little too down in the grid. So we'll do this corner, and then that'll be the first place I go afterwards. Meanwhile, all of TikTok chat, as well as AJ, are telling me rosin is the violinist's accessory. What's the deal with rosin versus resin? This has always confused me. Rosin is like the wax that you use on your bow. Yeah, Tina Troublemaker, who knows music, is saying rosin as well. I think rosin is a resin, but not all resin is rosin. Am I right about that? Maybe I should move on. Now we're rising to this part of the grid. Demoted orbiter. Demoted orbiter. Ooh, I know what this is. Very nice. It took me a second. Rosin is tree resin, yeah. Okay. Ooh, Arkadium coming with some helpful info. Meanwhile, Pranav and Snoopy and Dumb Surfer and Shredder and David Adams have moved on to the demoted orbiter being Pluto. Pluto famously demoted from planet status, I think before it even completed a revolution around the sun. Difference is the extraction method, says JLP. Okay, interesting. Everyone's sad for Pluto. I think Pluto's all right. Let's see. Okay. So no longer a thing. Yeah, Disco Puma is here saying out. G-Man says out. All right. We're looking good. Vedar on YouTube says out. I'm happy. Disco Puma says, I love Pluto. I do too, but you can still love Pluto even if it's not a planet. You know, maybe it just didn't have the right title. Under wraps. Under wraps. Yeah, Alicia's saying, what's the theme? Do we know? I was late. We don't know. We know the title, and it is Direct Hit, which has not clicked for me yet. We have two starred entries, Biting and Ruler in the News, Satirical and Charles III. So your guess is as good as mine. Stars usually indicate to me that there's going to be some explainer answer later in the puzzle, so I'm kind of just being patient. But if anyone sees something peculiar, do shout it out. Let's see, under wraps. I fell behind on chat. We got George, cool guys back, always making me smile. Scad saying secret, which I like. Ooh, Aries saying blanket. Warthog says, what was Pluto's failing? Yeah, I think it was too small to be counted as a planet. Aaron says the difference between rosin and resin is an O. Thank you. It's very illuminating, Aaron. Okay. It's a minor planet, yes. Sorry, catching up. We got Jaluha back. All right. I think I just had to skip a bunch of comments because it's happening too fast for me. Under wraps, I like secret. Pam and Rand like secret. Vedard and AJ like secret, so we're doing it. George says, I saw King Charles III yesterday. Is that really true? It's a dwarf planet, says Go Big. Pluto has a weird orbit, says Bill Henderson. But I don't think that's why they demoted it, is it? Like, Mercury has a weird orbit, too. Eschews. We already had this word. We had eschews foods, and now we just have eschews. Oh, two good guesses. We got snubs and shuns, which I think could both. You could make a case for both of them. Snubs and shuns. Maybe I'm slightly partial to shuns, but it could be snubs. Good afternoon, Kimberly. How you doing? We checked the down. Light circles. Light circles. Pranav thinks packet is a better guess for under wraps. I don't know. Under wraps, it's a phrase that means like keep it on the down low, keep it secret. Julha says that Charles drove past the pub I worked at once and waved to me. Really? Go big. Oh, okay. Interesting. Tessa's saying ovals, light circles. I sort of object to this because I get what this is saying. Ovals are circle-like, but I don't know if I would call them light circles. I like what Go Big and Amy are saying, and AJ are saying halos, literally circles made of light. I think that's clever. And that does seem to confirm shuns for his shoes, which was my preference there too. Okay, we're in pretty good shape, I think. Kim Williams, hi, welcome to you. A lot of new names in chat, which I always find heartening. And if you are new here, I want to tell you we stream every day. So we're here every day at noon Eastern time with a new puzzle. It's always a good time. If you don't follow us, you should. It's a great way to keep in touch. That goes for YouTubers as well. That's my little plug. You will hear it again. Okay, take a loss. Oh, okay. Good. AJ and Alicia and Ethan Ray and FCat are saying eat it. Yeah, that's kind of what you say if you just eat the loss. T. Pendleton saying a Weird Al song. Yeah, that would be a much better clue. Eat It is a play on Michael Jackson's Beat It, where he's eating everything in sight. Yes, as Weird Al says, eat it. Barbara McDowell got that as well. Nice work, Barbara. Eat it, just eat it, says Ethan. Alicia says, are you an actor? You look similar to me. So familiar to me. No, I'm not an actor. I just stream these crosswords. Who do you think I look like? Be kind, please. Jay Oakley, so where am I? Biotech Creation. Yeah, AJ and Jay Oakley and Prissa Belasting and A. Batara and AJ are all saying clone. It's a good guess. Biotech Creation. You can make a clone with your biotechnology. Let's do the downs. 11 down. Idyllic locales. Okay, that's looking right. Everything is working out. Aries Flinton also getting clone. Scav giving me the sheep. Yeah, Dolly the sheep, a famous clone. Nice. And Jessica giving me all these twins in chat, also for clones. I love the clever use of emojis. Yeah, Orange Twist is here, and Aaron McCullis saying utopias. Utopias. Pranav is saying I look like Mark Zuckerberg, which is not the first time I've heard that, and I don't take it as a compliment, to be frank. But you're not alone in thinking that. Idyllic locales are definitely utopias. Stella says, I think I'm a clone now. Wait, is that a joke? I think it is. Ralph Macchio is who Alicia was thinking about. That's much more flattering. I'm also not sure I look like Ralph Macchio, but I'll take it. Judebug just followed us. Thank you. JLP says, I don't see it. Ethan Ray says, Jack Zuckerberg. Can you imagine? Orange Twist says, look like that kid in Spider-Man. I have been told that before as well. My mother-in-law always says I look like Tom Holland, and that is a big compliment. I'll eat that up. Early in the workday, yeah, Larry and Amy are saying 9-ish. 9-ish. Yeah, I guess workdays start at 9 a.m. typically. So I'll accept that. Suitable for the purpose. Suitable for the purpose. JLP says more Jesse Eisenberg than Zuck. You're not helping, JLP. You're not helping. Yeah, I think what Bonnie Bonbon is saying makes sense, and EJ and Jessica are saying proper. Yeah, suitable for the purpose. It's proper. Good. Good. Pronounce it Andy Samberg. I should not have invited this game. Who does Jack look like? KH just followed us. Thank you. Antiseptic, and we're crossing digital communication letters. Ah, clever. I like this. Oh, we almost missed this clue. Yeah. So antiseptic sterile is looking perfect. This is a super clever clue. Digital communication letters. It's not digital as in electronic. It's digital as in your digits. You speak with your fingers in American Sign Language. Love that clue. It's beautiful. Yeah, we're flying through this puzzle. Oh, no, I promised I would go to 23. That's where we're going. Apricot cousin. Okay, here's your time to shine. Okay. Felix says if Seth Meyers and Anne Hathaway had a baby is my suggestion. Very interesting. You know, I haven't heard that one before, Felix, somehow. But they're both fine-looking people, so I'll take it as a compliment. EJ and T. Pendleton and AJ are saying slow. Yeah, and Jessica's letting us know it's a berry. Slow is a berry. I didn't know it was related to apricots, but they flavor gin with it. That's mostly what I know slow about slow. Alicia says, please Google Ralph Macchio and Karate Kid. I cannot be alone in this. Back in style, amazing. Let's see. Yeah, Tess and Felix and Amy and Tina are all saying Yowza. Yeah, AJ and Scenic Stick and Sterling are all saying Yowza. Is that back in style? Would we call this back in style? I would be glad if it were. I think it's a great term, but I don't think I know anyone who says Yowza. Ethan Ray says all the kids are definitely saying Yowza. Wow, I just learned something. I like it too, Tina. Still life vessels. Ooh, Charlie Rollins is back in chat and is telling me that ewers are still life vessels. This is a classic crossword term. They're pictures, and in still life art, a lot of people painted them. Felix says this puzzle is giving fellow kids energy, referencing the Steve Buscemi meme that like the puzzle is pretending to be younger than it is. Is that? I think that's what you're saying. It's very funny. Yeah, Yowza is back in style, but Ethan insists that the kids are saying it. Omega counterpart. Here's where the great debate is going to start between the Brits and the Americans. Is it Z or is it Z? The point of the clue, by the way, is that omega is the last letter of the Greek alphabet. So the counterpart in my alphabet is, I'm going to say Z because it's an American crossword and because RE looks better than RD. And we never looked at 31 across. Finch creator, not the easiest clue for Lee. I think we're talking Harper Lee, who wrote To Kill a Mockingbird, and Atticus Finch. That is the idea behind that clue. Safari attire at 32 across. Ooh, Abatara, I think your comments are coming in very late. I just saw you write sterile. We've moved on from sterile for a long time. So sometimes when this happens, it helps to refresh your screen. Okay. Wow. Chat is flying today. Safari attire. Warthog and Prince Everlasting and D and EJ and Bonnie Bonbon all say vest. Interesting. I can picture it. I can picture someone in a safari getup wearing a vest, but why? I never really... If you just asked me to list this and we didn't have a number of letters or ST, like what do you wear on a safari? I don't think I would have said vest. But Vedart and Abatara, right on time, also say vest. So Jessica giving me some great vest emojis. JLP says, for the pockets without the warmth. Interesting. Agreement obstacle. Leslie saying utility. Yeah, okay, so I guess vests are very useful. It's a cargo vest, says Pizza Pete. Yeah, because I guess it's hot out there, but you want to have your gear on you. Agreement obstacle. This is also a pretty difficult clue, but not too difficult for AJ or EJ. Ego. Agreement obstacle. Yeah, if someone has a big ego, they might give you trouble when trying to reach an agreement. Let's check 34 across, whom ESPN's Courage Award is named for. Okay. AJ says, you need somewhere to store your loose meat to throw at the lions, lol. Wow. Okay. Rohan, you can do it. Rohan, from what I know about you, you're a smart fella, and I have full faith in your ability to pass this exam. Arthur Ashe, famous tennis player, whom ESPN's Courage Award is named after. It's looking perfect. Let's check 35 across. Presumably it has a star. It does. Devout. And yeah, I can see the contours of a word that does work with devout. Man, chat is going so fast today. I keep having to scroll back. Lucinda giving me some nice tennis ball emojis. Those really stick out against the black background of TikTok chat. Yeah, Kimberly and Tess and Avatar are saying religion, which doesn't quite fit. I think religious. Devout is an adjective, so the answer is going to be an adjective as well. Religious, Chris Everlasting, and Char with a baseball, and Gary and Jane all agree. Yeah, devout is religious. So that's now 3-starred clues. Again, because we have these stars, I'm certain there's going to be some kind of revealing phrase that explains the theme. But maybe we just pause for a moment and see if we can see anything in common among these starred clues. Satirical, Charles III, and religious. And the title is Direct Hit. I'm going to mull this over because I'm not seeing it. I'm really not seeing anything. Yeah, and chat has dried up completely. So, all right, we move on. Yeah, Charlie says none the wiser. There you go. Huh. Yeah, but Avatari and Jessica are pointing out that there are a lot of I's in the answers. Satirical, Charles III definitely has a lot of I's. Religious, maybe that's relevant. Yeah, 2 I's specifically. Warthog says, yeah. Oh, between the eyes, says Ethan. That's smart. Or McDowell. Okay, maybe we did make some progress. Still don't fully get it, but I feel like we've learned something. What lentils are rich in? Everyone telling me iron. Sounds great. Alice Priestley is on YouTube saying iron. Wonderful. And Inquitus on TikTok. What memes have gone? What memes have gone? Charlie Rowland's very fast on this one. D and Tess and Jen and Sella agree, and Dre viral. Oh. Whoa, whoa, whoa. We got River followed us. By the way, I see so many new names in chat, and I don't think you all follow. Do consider it, because we stream every day at noon Eastern. You don't want to miss it. We're having a good time. But someone had a really clever observation. Yeah, Ethan. And Alicia is concurring. Right between the eyes? R-I-G. That maybe it's going to spell out right, because right between the eyes? Jessica thinks it's a great guess. I think that would be very clever. And it works with our title of Direct Hit. Whoa. Ethan. You might have just... How'd you pull that out? That was awesome. Yeah, we have Rig. Tina says, wow, that's amazing. Warthog says, that is it. She's very confident that is it. AJ says, that's so smart. Yeah, we're all so excited about it that it kind of has to be right. Triglyceride, for example, is a lipid, is what Anita is telling me. Bill Henderson and Bonnie and Coco agree. Let's check 45 across. Healthful facility. Healthful facility. AJ says kudos to whoever got it, given the applause. That would be Ethan Ray, and then a tag team with Alicia for making sure I didn't miss Ethan's comment. Golden Mom is telling me that spas are, and Ancient Wisdom just followed us. Thank you, Ancient Wisdom. We could use some of that on this channel. Healthful facility is a spa. Yeah, that looks good. I kind of want to look at 48 right away. I see an I. Because if our theory is correct, we should have IHI somewhere in this answer. Totally destroy. Totally destroy. Charlie already got it. Wow. Amazing. I think I hadn't even looked at the clue yet. Wow. Yeah, Scav agrees. Charlie, you did it. D and the real K Rabbit and Ethan Ray and yeah, Mike Vikstrom. Everyone's coming in with annihilate. Let's make sure I spell this right. Annihilate. And look at that, I-H-I. So now it has to be right. I mean, we predicted that. I mean, Ethan predicted that. R-I-G-H. So 59 across is going to have I-T-I somewhere in it. Scaff says, will we have time for Hurdle? Yes. I'm not going to leave you hanging. Of course we're playing Hurdle. Of course we're playing Hurdle. And you say, will we have time? I feel like we're moving quite quickly through this crossword. Aries Flinton says, Lipid is the first thing I ever got. Well, good for you, first of all. But second of all, I don't think that's true. You got something earlier. Alicia, thank you for that gift. So's up. Yeah, Amy and D are saying hems. Charlie agrees. Ooh, Simon's saying ends. Yeah, so's up can also metaphorically mean ends. It's a good point. Maybe we shouldn't be so hasty with hems. Not sure. Let's do 44 down. 44 across. Dad procedure. Ugh. That's pretty vague. Yeah, hems and ends both kind of work. Barbara says pins. Which I guess you pin things while you're sewing. Prince Everlasting prefers... Oh, Alicia says son. Dad procedure. Hub? Jessica and Warthog say do? Oh, as in doodad? That would be funny. Doesn't feel like a lock to me. Alice Priestley is also saying do, and Charlie says do is nice. All right, let's put do in and see if we can make it work. Doodad, that's hilarious. Procedure as in prefix, I guess. Some potatoes. Some potatoes. Yeah, people are saying kid, son. It could be procedure as in, like, I don't know, an heir, almost? I'm not convinced about do, although I do see something that kind of works with this. Yeah, I see what AJ sees. TikTok chat is totally frozen on this one, but... And Alice agrees. Idaho potatoes? They're a thing. It's a little weird to see it plural like this, but... Huh. Wait, the I for sews up, though. Because we were thinking either hems or ends. What does this mean? Do we check the H? Expressed disapproval. Expressed disapproval. Oh, Idahoan. Some potatoes are Idahoan. I see. Idaho, but I'm actually not sure. TikTok chat seemed pretty vehement about Idahoan, so there we go. And then a lot of people want hated for expressed disapproval, but it doesn't fit. It fits the clue, but it doesn't fit the squares we have. Oh, Bill Henderson and Barrett and Derek Culver. Oh no, Derek Culver saying hatred, which fits, but there's an issue. Hatred is not a verb, like expressed is, so I don't think it can be hatred. Hissed or huffed is what JLP is telling me. That's interesting. Huffed. Vedart says currently a potato meme is going viral in India. I don't think I've ever seen this potato meme. Is it possible to share it on YouTube, or will I have to look it up? I'm suddenly struggling with this section because there's hemmed and hawed and huffed and hissed. And then I still don't know what this I is supposed to be, unless people have told me and I missed it, which is quite possible. Shaped like a kiss. And kiss is capitalized, which matters. AJ and Scav, very clever. Conical. Wow. Shaped like a Hershey's kiss, which is pretty cone-shaped. I'll accept that. Okay, yeah, conical. And then AJ yelling at me again. Ices, sews up. Oof, that's a hard clue. Sews up and ices. I guess it means like clinches. and then hissed as Derek. Okay. Maybe you guys weren't slow and I was just the slow one. Apologies. Seems like everyone knows every answer. Way, way back. Okay, I can think of something here. I can think of something. I heard you, AJ. I got you. Conical, hissed. You got them all. You got them all. Good. Yeah, eons ago looks right. AJ, I hear you on this one too, and Clark and EJ and Warthog and Jasmine are all telling me eons ago would be way, way back. Okay, happy, happy. It's west of Daytona. Daytona is in Florida, but I don't think I can name another Florida city that has this letter pattern. I hope someone can. Pizza Pete is telling me Ocala. A lot of people. Okay, Clark. So I'm just ignorant. Jane is telling me Ocala. Florida City, hopefully. Oh, the potato one looks wrong now. Yeah, you're right. I told you it was Idaho's. I thought Idaho's made more sense too. Psyched up. Good. Oof, okay, four squares left. I struggled in this little corner down here. I might have been the only one, but I think we're gonna survive. Psyched up. Atop. Schedule fillers. Warthog says, I'll ask her. Idaho, but Alaska. Do you guys know that? Mississippi war address. What did Delaware? Idaho, but Alaska. Like, I'll ask her. All right, I'm done. Eager says Aries Flinton, getting more answers correct. And Slots says Jasmine and Jane and Tina. Schedule fillers. And what was this? Key, for instance. Very difficult clue for islet. But like the Florida Keys are little islands. And sheep, farmer's tool, or shears. Okay, so everything is working out. Let's move on from that godforsaken section and have more luck over here. Numero minusculo. Numero minusculo. I know this one. Yeah, Alicia and Jasmine and Jessica and Ethan and Larry Locke and Derek Culver and Doreen are saying uno, and Marini Raposa. Uno. Minuscule number is what this means in Spanish, and uno is the smallest whole number in Spanish. 1. Just like me. Just like me. Jessica giving me the 1 emoji. Well, they're giving me 3 of them, so it's kind of looking like Charles III over there. Oh, yeah. Here's a problem. This is classic crosswords where you don't know if it's as am I or as do I. Really could be either. So we're going to need a cross. I'm seeing all those. Or as I am. As it could also be as I do. We have 4 live options now. Yeah, Alice is saying as I do. Derek is saying as I am. So we need 42 across. Biomedical Research Agency. Agency abbreviated, so the answer is going to be abbreviated. Scav doesn't know, which is never a good sign, by the way. Hey Julie is saying NHS. Simon Connell. Oh, and Pam is also saying NHS, and Simon and Gary and Leslie are saying NIH. Darn it. So maybe that doesn't sort out our issue. 46 across. Signal silently. Signal silently. Yeah, National Institute of Health is what NIH stand for. What is NHS? I know the NIH. National Health something. AJ says I did research under an NIH grant once. Jane is saying nod at, which I think sounds good for signal silently. So nod at, slowly but surely, we're piecing this together. Just like me, maybe it was as I do. That's the only one that works now. And then NIH. How do we feel about this? I mean, everything kind of works. Maybe we'll check. We'll go here. Actually, okay, well, I've already put it. Okay, yeah, Jessica's happy with it. Warthog's happy with it. Soda that sounds short. Soda that sounds short. Yeah, Pizza Pete and D and Jane and Larry are saying knee high. A lot of people saying behind. Behind for what? I don't get it. Yeah, knee high. Jessica's laughing because it sounds like it's only knee high. It's very short. This is an old soda brand. Red Wings just followed us. Thank you, Red Wings. I want to check 59 across. We already see an I, which you expect there to be at least two I's in 59 across. And we want an ITI somewhere in this. Lessons in intensity. So I'm predicting that we're either going to get ITI in exactly those squares or ITI in exactly those squares. Lessons in intensity. Can we get this? Amy Gal points out that knee-high would be tall for a soda. That is a smart point. Yeah, it sounds short in human terms, but in soda terms, it's quite tall. Why is everyone saying behind? I'm so confused. Warthog is saying mitigates. Ooh, mitigates. Look at that ITI. Look at that lessening in intensity. And Alicia, yeah, propping up Warthog. Well done. Scav agrees. Pizza Pete says perfect, Warthog. Nice job. Love when we work together. Mitigates. That works. Wow, and it gets us our ITI, which we were expecting. Oh, I'm so pleased. Studio bought by Amazon. Dissipates. Maybe doesn't fit as well. Caesar saying hello world. Hello to you, Caesar. I hope you like crossword puzzles. That's what we're all about here. And occasionally hurdle puzzles, which we will be doing shortly. Yeah, Tina and Pam and Ethan and Gary. I'm seeing a lot of question marks. Yeah, AJ. MGM. I think there are question marks because this is a studio that fits with what we have, but I am surprised. I didn't know that Amazon bought MGM. I believe it, though. Simon says, I missed it was the clue right between the eyes. That's what Ethan was saying. The title to the puzzle is Direct Hit. And we noticed that all of these, or Ethan noticed that all of these theme answers have these eyes that are spaced one apart. And between them it spells out right. So right between the eyes is the perfect revealer for this puzzle. I'm assuming actually that there's going to be an explainer still in this bottom corner that'll really ice it for us, so to speak. Okay, amazing. Alicia's saying ga. Ooh, AJ says G. They could both work. Okay. And then. Yeah, Leslie wants G, Press Everlasting wants ga. Can't we all just get along? Thunderstorm residue. Thunderstorm residue. Dre and Tina and Jen saying mud. Interesting. Yeah, Kitty Cat and Jane agree. Mud. Nice. Let's check this U. Parting word. Okay. This is looking right. Maybe I'll look at this one too. Brought along. Brought along next to parting word. Yeah, JLP, Bill Kirk, Simon, BK, Dre. Everyone's saying adieu. I bid you adieu. It's a parting word. Hennessy Green is here. Everyone's favorite Wordle word, says Pizza P. Yeah, we could actually open with adieu today. Yeah, already hurdle. Now stay calm. Thank you for the heart. Holy Head Heartbeat is telling me toted. Brought along is toted. Okay. And it was G after all. Amazing. So anyone who guessed G, give yourselves a pat on the back. Persian Gulf Capital. Okay, I know this one. Amy says we should open with Yowza. That would be so funny. It's a terrible starting word because it's got such uncommon letters in it, but I almost want to do it. But then if we fail, I'll feel so guilty. Yeah, Efon and Clark and Kitty Cat and Abatar, I know their capitals. And Bill Kirk saying it's the capital of Qatar is Doha. Looks good. New blank, certain musician. Tina says, but so fun. Are you saying but so fun if we opened with Yowza? I think I'm going to need broad consent from the group on that one. Because a do is in the puzzle, you know? It's just begging us to use it. Yeah, I'm seeing aged, ages, and ager. I am voting for ager because a new ager is a type of musician. New aged is not a musician, and new ages is not a musician, but a new ager, like Enya, is a classic example of a new age musical artist. Arkadium is voting thumbs up on Yowza. Uh-oh. Labor Department unit. A. Miguel says, how many chances will we have for Yowza, though? It's a fair point. You make a fair point, A. Miguel. JLP, D, and Jen, and Tina are all writing OSHA. I think it's fair to say it like that. They oversee like workplace safety. Yeah, Lucinda's here getting OSHA, and Meg Fagan agrees. Okay, good. Ooh, we got a pound sign. An octothorpe is what this is called. The official term for this symbol is an octothorpe. I'm a sucker for one symbol clues. Just something so efficient about them. Yeah, Simon and Ethan and Alicia and JLP and Kim all saying hashtag. Yeah. Pound sign, octothorpe, hashtag. Good work. Ambi and Ann Augustin getting that as well. And Aries and Abatara. Everyone knows their hashtag. Timesheet. This is probably short for numbers. Timesheet numbers. You guys are quick. You guys are real quick. Lucinda and Lynn Webster are telling me HRS, like hours. Yeah, I guess on your timesheet you record your hours, and it's valid to shorten it because numbers is shortened in the clue. Okay. Remove the chaff from. Remove the chaff from. What do we like here? Oh, musical sharp sign, as Tina, the treble maker herself, says. Yes, good point. I almost missed that one. It means sharp as well. Yeah, Warthog and Pizza Pete and Pam are saying thresh. By the way, Warthog's guess of mitigates has panned out perfectly, so it was mitigates after all. Thresh is when you separate the wheat from the chaff. It's a process called threshing. Okay. Ooh, look at 66 across. I know what 66 across is. Yeah, Shredder is pointing it out too. I just noticed. What's spelled between the eyes of the starred clues answers? Exactly. Yeah, D is pointing it out. Nice job, Ethan Ray, for seeing this ages ago. Right between the eyes. We spell out right. It's a direct hit. It's very nice. A little violent, perhaps, but the wordplay is there. Love it. NFL team once in St. Louis. Alicia's saying Felix got it too. Did you, Felix? I apologize if I've been giving Ethan all this credit when it needed to be shared. Yeah, Clark and Bill are saying Arizona. We're talking Cardinals, I think. Yeah, Priscilla Heston confirms Cardinals. Thank you. And one letter left, just like that. Leave no trace of. Crossing poise or patience. Ooh, ending on a very hard clue here, but we have most of the letters already. It's looking like an E. To leave no trace of something is to erase it, and poise and patience are both assets in your personality. So I'm going to put the E in. I'm seeing Amy giving me the... Ethan Ray says, no, I'll take all the credit. Well, Felix hasn't popped in to claim credit. AJ giving me the checkered flag. Hey, Batara, you don't have to leave yet because we are playing Hurdle next, so stick around for Hurdle. I'm going to pull it up right after we get this confetti. Yes, good work, everybody. I really enjoyed this. Very clever stuff. Yeah, great crossword. And great teamwork, I feel like, on that one. All right, I'm switching my screen right now to Hurdle. I always want to call this a wind down, but it's actually a wind up, I have found. Hurdle is a lot more intense than I ever expected it to be. So If you've never played this, we're trying to guess a 5-letter word. I think it's easiest to see by example how the mechanics work. If you've played Wordle, it's similar but cooler. All right, Amy is saying Yowza. Tess wants Ado. How do we decide? Yeah, Tina's saying Ado or Yowza. Alicia wants Ado. Arkadium wants Yowza. Ooh, right. Kim Williams and Dee want right, which is a good point too. That was the whole theme. Pam wants Yowza. Oh my god. I am also very tempted to do the irresponsible thing of guessing Yowza. But the thing is, this sounds fun, and then we're going to hit enter and get all grays and be like, why have we done this to ourselves? Oh no, what do I do? Okay. Yowza seems like a waste of a guess, says JLP. Okay, you're kind of right. It might not even be, at least just like imagine it's correct. Okay, should we do right? Right is actually appropriate for, because we are a fun group, says Tina. You can do a do second. All right. All right, we're being irresponsible. I'm doing it. All right, that was not so bad actually. We got an O, we got a Y. Hey, this could have been worse. Night Poker says Yowza has 2 vowels at least. Yeah, actually 3 vowels if you count Y. So yeah, F on. Hey, worked out. Sometimes risks pay off. So where do we go from here? The O, so green, by the way, if you're new to Hurdle, the green means there is an O in the second position of the final 5-letter word that we're trying to guess. And there's a Y somewhere, but it's not in the first position. And there's no W, no Z, no A. Tina wants today, which doesn't work because of the A. Holy Head Harpy wants money, which I think is a very good guess. Yeah, Clark is saying money as well. Should we try this? I like that it guesses an E, too. Okay. At least we know where the Y lives. You know, we don't need another vowel, I think. Like, this could be double letters, like a double L. Yeah, Holly. C. Saying Holly. Or loopy. Ooh. Sorry. Oh no, we still have a lot of live options. Or lousy. Oh my god, there's so many possibilities. Maybe lousy is a smart guess because it checks the O, it checks the S, it checks the L. I sort of like that it diversifies our options. Are we comfortable with this? I'm not making a big mistake, am I? Okay, Amy approves, so I'll do it. Okay. There is an L, and there's no S, so that was actually fruitful. Because it's not sorry now. Ooh, Scav is pointing out. Oh, wait. A Batara is saying Rocky, which is even totally different from the other guesses. It could be Rocky. I'm not hitting enter yet. Could be Rock. Oh no, it can't be Rocky anymore. Sorry, because we just got an L. So it's either Jolly or Holly. It's looking like, or Dolly, as Tina says. Well, thankfully we have 3 guesses. Or Folly. Oh no. Oh no. I think we might need, what is it called, a filler word? Golly, there are too many possibilities. Hotly. Okay, we definitely need a filler word because we could just run out of guesses here. Yeah, golly, jolly, dolly. So what's a good filler word? If you know what I mean by filler word, just something that uses all the letters that we're batting around, or as many of them as possible. It doesn't have to have an O or a Y in it, just a throwaway word just to give us information about what letters are possible. JLP is suggesting Hodge, which has an H, D, and G. That's a very smart guess. Godly and doggy. Hodge so far is my favorite filler word. I'm not going to hit enter yet. We know there's no E. It checks the H, D, and G. Right. Lodge. Why right? R-I-G-H-T. Oh, sorry. R-I-G-H-T guesses a T, a G, and an H. I see. Yeah, maybe right is a good one, which is pretty funny considering that Right, it was one that we were considering opening with. Fight is better because of folly. Fight is better because of folly, someone's saying. That's a good point. Are we okay with this? Fight for folly? All right, I'm going to do it. That was important information. Very important information. Sadly, there's still two live possibilities. There's golly and there's godly. Golly and godly. Now, we do have two guesses, so we could just guess those two. But if there's any other possibility, doggy. Oh, no. No, it can't be doggy because of the G. There's no G in the third slot. It can't be doggy. Do godly first, says Alicia. All right, I'm going to do godly. This is tense. I wonder if it's because we opened with Yowza. Okay, it has to be golly, right? Just in time. Just in time. Is there anything wrong with this? Alicia likes it. Barbara's okay with it. F1 likes it. All right, I'm doing it. Oh my god. Oh golly. That was stressful. And that was only the first board. So how Hurdle works is now when you do a second one, the answer to the previous board is automatically our first guess on this new board. And we're going to do this 5 times total, and the 5th one is special. Yeah, everyone is breathing a sigh of relief. Warhog's like, yowza. Yeah, that was... Amy Galzo says, see, it was exciting. Yes, but we all feel good right now because we made it out. But if we'd failed, I think we might have kicked ourselves for choosing yowza. I guess it is in the spirit of Hurdle to have your first guess kind of not be up to you. All right. Jane is saying audio. No, but we don't want to use an O. A do. Yeah, let's do a do. It was in our puzzle, and we need to figure out some vowels. Okay, there's an I and a U in the final word. I'll wait for chat to catch up on this. Unfit, says Bam. That's interesting. Fruit is another guess. Qubit. It's a little advanced, Scav. Quick. Okay, I'm seeing a bunch of fruits. Holy Head Harpy and Amy want fruit. So maybe we try this. It'll also give us information about unfit, by the way. Yeah, let's try this. Looks good. Wow, it was unfit. I mean, I don't want to assert that too quickly, but look at that. The F and the U hit, or the F hit. It has to be, right? Nice job. People were getting unfit off of just golly and a do. Can you imagine? I'm doing it. I can't think of anything else. Nice work. All right. See, sometimes we crush, and sometimes it's a close race. Ooh, that's helpful. That's a lot of information already. A lot of information. Barbara got unfit as well on Facebook. Nice work, Barbara. Okay. So something... Bam says Wordle is my game. Well, you're in luck because Hurdle is Wordle on steroids. I think it's a lot better. Gary is saying tired, but no, because we know what this green means is that we know the 5-letter word ends in INT. Plate and orbit and audit. All good guesses. Oh, no, there's no U, so no audit. Should we try orbit? Debit is a good guess. Am I being reckless by trying this? Feels like we have so many possibilities. Remit, split, yeah. Posit, digit, yeah, there's actually lots of possibilities. So I don't know, maybe should we try another throwaway word or what? Split, yeah. How do we converge on something here? Maybe we just take some chances. Split. A lot of people in a row saying split. Pluto's orbit, says P.T. Pendleton. That's a good point. Let's try split. Okay, it was not for naught. The L The L eliminates orbit, for example. It eliminates things like merit and debit. Limit, that's a good guess. Legit, Bill says. I'm not sure if legit would be in the Hurdle dictionary because it's so informal. I think limit is smart. Yeah, a lot of people saying limit. Let's try it. Or plate. Am I being irresponsible? No. It worked. All right, good. Well done, everybody. Limit it was. 4 out of 5. Let's not get complacent because Hurdle sneaks up on you. Has a way of doing that. I and T. Oh, yeah, you're right. Plate wouldn't have worked because of split. Yes, thank you. So we have an I and a T. Only one I in the word, we know. Lucinda says think. For a second, I thought Lucinda was like, think, Jack. Think for a second before you start trying to put plate in. But think is a reasonable possibility. Trick, while, tepid, thank, yeah. Thing. How do we do this? A lot of people saying think, so let's do it. Feels like we have so much freedom when we have 5 guesses left. Okay. Could have been better. Could have been better, but we know where our I lives now. We only have 2 possibilities for the T. Notice how limit has an M right between the I's. Spite. Interesting. Sting. Oh, it's not sting because of the N. I like spite. Drift. Should we try? Let's try spite. A lot of people voting for it. Let's do it. How'd you guys do that? There were so many possibilities. Okay, this is what makes Hurdle awesome, is that now we are on our last hurdle, and the answers to the previous 4 are our automatic first 4 guesses, and we only have 2 guesses to get the word correct. We only have 2 possibilities, so we could blow it all right here. We know that we have a Y in the last position and an F and an E somewhere in the word. Yeah, so I'm seeing Bill and Scav and Ethan. Everyone's saying ferry. Ferry. Looking for an R in here. There is no R eliminated, so it isn't valid. Can anyone think of anything else? It's like unanimous. Everyone is voting for ferry. Berry. Good point. No, we need an F. It's not berry. We need an F. Avatara is saying no I, but we're talking ferry like this. I'm not going to hit enter. Ferry like this. Ferry is good. Feral. No, it has to end in a Y, Shredder. All right, ferry. I think we're doing it. Did we just crush Hurdle? I think we just crushed Hurdle. That was awesome. Well done, everybody. Wow, ferry. Everyone just agreed for once. That never happens on Hurdle. Wow, super fun. I had a blast. I always have fun solving these puzzles with you guys. Thank you so much for sticking around. We stream every single day at noon Eastern time, so follow us if you don't. Sherry, thank you for following us. And join us again tomorrow for a new crossword. And do check out Arkadium.com. You could play a backlog of hurdles right now if you make an Arkadium account. You could play 12 different crosswords of any difficulty you like. Char, thanks for following us. Tess says, that was a great one. Yes, I had a blast as well. And I'll see you all very soon. Enjoy the rest of your day. Take care, everybody.